Thank you for your interest in your purchase of the Wedding Classic set. The set has several new animations, and now it includes within the podium itself the couple anims, including the gay and lesbian. In the old set, you used to have to contact me for that, but in this one, it's all included right in the podium. The officiant is also included. The animation for the officiant is in the podium, including all of the entrances and exits with the flower girl and the ring boy. Also, the wedding party is in the podium. The podium also has the entrances and exits right in it, so you can control it right from the podium rather than having to render the hearts out separately. There's 43 color options to choose from. There's striping, as you can see on the runner behind me, with a center stripe and edge stripe. The drapes have the same thing. There is center stripes and edge stripes, so you can mix and match with many color options. And because it's modifiable, you can manually select face and fine-tune those colors if you really want to. So the lights change colors, the drapes change colors, the chairs, the bows, the legs of the chairs, the runner rugs, the altar. The things that don't change color though are the flowers. So the flowers above me on the tent, the little light flowers do change colors, but the flowers in the urns don't. Those are just white. So if you do want a different color option, that'll be something you'll have to, decide how you want to handle your flowers. Otherwise, these are nice white flowers that are in the urns, and they go nice with every color option you choose, really, because they are white after all. The chairs also have new animations, and so does the podium. The lesbians now have 3 new kisses, and the gay couples have 3 new kisses, and the couple has 2 new kisses plus the regular dip kiss. The gays also have a new walking down the aisle, so their hands match up a little bit better. There is a new male sit in the chair, and I do believe I have a new child sit in there. I did so many animations that I'm honestly just drawing a blank, so forgive me. So yeah, between your 43 color options, and I should have done 42 for the secrets to life, the universe, and everything, but I did 43, so you do have, again, lots to choose from. And here's the other great thing. With the environmental settings in the world setting now, what is excellent is that you can change the sky to look like so many different things and to give so many different color hues and different things like that, that no matter what color you choose on your wedding set, you can even make it look different just between the EEP settings in your environment and when you set the glows on the tent. All the different glows give it different colors, and then if you want to max it out again, just right click and edit and choose select face and start fine-tuning stuff the way you want. The most important thing to me when I make a wedding set is that you have your walkers, you have nice animations, you have a nice wedding party, everything is functionable and goes with a nice flow and an ease of use. Of course, I did not forget the flower girl and the ring boy. The flower girl still throws the petals, and I did make her a new basket, and I also made the ring boy a new pillow. And when the ring boy, I should say ring bearer, when the ring bearer gets off the animation and he stands up, he'll still be holding the pillow in the right position. Now, the only thing with the flower girl, you know how it is in lag. Sometimes, especially when you have a lot of people on the sim and you're having a big wedding, she can look a little slow to throw out the petals. But she does throw out the petals, and they are not mesh, and they are not particle. They are sculpties. That way, they do not count as prims on your land, and they are temp rezzed. So she can be throwing out 100 petals, but they will just be temp rezzed, so they will not count against you for the prims on the land. And they will disappear rather quickly. So, since they do disappear rather quickly, before the flower girl goes up the aisle, I would recommend that the bride be ready with her escort, or whoever is the groom, or, the bride, whatever the couple scenario may be. I would just ensure that you're ready to get on your hearts right after the flower girl goes down and does her thing. So, in your folder, you're going to see that there is some chairs. Now, so you're going to have a chair and a chair. Now, they're both named chair, and you need them to remain chair. So don't name them anything else, otherwise the texture coordinating script will not recognize the item and will not change the color of the bows and everything for you. So there's a row of 4 connected, or a single chair. Because you do not drag and copy these chairs that are out here, or you'll ruin the scripting. You can pick up a row of chairs and delete it if you want, and just set out a single chair. These are set to a group of 4. But if you want to delete this whole section of 4 and then just take out a section, when I say a section of 4, let me clarify. So if you want to take out, and you only want to have, say, 2 rows of chairs or 3 rows, and you don't want all these chairs, just go ahead and click that and delete it, and it'll get rid of all of them. And then just render out an individual row. So that's the individual chair. I just set out the individual chair. But go ahead and find the one that is the row 4. And then go ahead and just put that where you want in here. But do not drag and copy when you want the next row and the next row. Just set out another one directly from the inventory. That's very important. Same thing with the canopy. If for some reason you want to use the canopy for another copy of the canopy for, say, like your reception, whatever you do, don't drag and copy this one. Just go ahead and rez out another wedding set, remove all the pieces that you don't want, and keep the pieces you want, and then hit finish and move it into any position you want. And that way you'll have the extra flowers and the extra canopy. That way you can set up your wedding reception, also using the tent if you like. Another thing that's really important, please, as soon as you open up your folder and you get it into your inventory, immediately, before you even render anything out, go into the folder and go to the FG basket for the Flower Girl basket. Right click on it and choose Properties and untick Transfer. Okay? And then go over to the Ring Bearer pillow. Go to Properties and untick Transfer. And now you can give these to your Flower Girl and your Ring Boy. Please do not give them that without unticking it first, because I really don't want these going around full perm. That would be a bit of a bummer. So anyways, they only work with my animation and scripting anyways. I'm asking to please go to the properties and set to no transfer, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to show you on the altar. So we're going to zoom over here to the altar. I have my settings a little bright right now, I know, so. But as you can see, we have the button for the ceremony. The entrance and exit is on the left, and the wedding party is on the right. So the first thing you want to do before you click any buttons for the ceremonies and stuff like that is I want you to go ahead and left touch the altar, and I want you to go to the access panel. And in the access panel, I want you to set it to group. Okay, mine says everybody, but I have to have it set to everybody for demo purposes so that everybody can demo it. You, on the other hand, you don't want everybody, well, I don't want to say what you do and don't want, but I would recommend not having everybody having access to all of your stuff because it can really mess up your ceremony and whatnot. So I would either set that to owner if only you're going to control it. But if you want the minister or the officiant or whoever or one of the bridesmaids or somebody to control it, go ahead and click group. And then once you choose group, you're going to right click, edit, general, and under the group here, you're going to click your wrench and you're going to choose the group that you want to be able to control it. So maybe you make a group that says my wedding party, and then that's the group you set that to. Now, when you do that one, also do the drapes. So just go ahead and move right on over to the drapes and make sure that that group is also done via the wrench and that you choose that. Then just click on your access, who you want to be able to control that group, and then the same with the drapes. You're going to go to access and you're going to choose group. Now only that group will be able to change the colors, the glows. They're the only ones that'll be able to access the altar. But now under the wedding party, so now you got to do this for each button, okay? Make sure your avatar is close enough to be within chat distance of the altar. So now go ahead and click on your wedding party option. So click on the right button up here and choose wedding party. And then in options, you see how it says guest toggle guest access. That is the one that you also want to set to group. So now it says group access is allowed. If I keep clicking it, it'll say guest access is disabled. So now nobody can access it but the owner. Now it says guest access is allowed. That means anyone can control it. But we want group. Group access is allowed. So now just the group can control it. So remember that whatever that group is that this altar is set to. So just make sure that your buttons and your altar and everything are set to the right group. Now on the ceremony button, it has a different menu. So now we're going to go on that one and we're going to go to options and we're going to go to menu users. And we're going to click on that. And we got to have our chat so we can see it. That's set now to owner. Menu users again, group. And that's what we want it to be at, group. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing over on the entrance exit. So click on the entrance exit and go to options. And then under options, again, click guest. Make sure you can see your chat. And you see now it says group access is allowed. Okay? Okay, so once all of your, so now you've got your colors all set. You've finished your rezzing. You've moved your little love thing wherever you want. Now you've set your accesses on all your items, and your groups are now set. So now you can render out your entrance and exits. And as you see, we have the bridegroom entrance, we have the groom entrance, and we have the bride entrance. So we have the lesbian couple, the gay couple, and the couple. And then you see we have the exits also. So now, if I click on the bridegroom entrance, you'll see that it rendered the hearts out here for the ceremony. So now all the walkers rendered out. And as you can see, we have the bride escort, we have a solo walk, we have a flower girl walk, we have a ring bearer, and we have the bridesmaids and the groomsmen for going in together. Okay? Now, if you want to change these distances and you want them to start farther up on the rug, you can, but you need to know some things. All right. The distance is in the description field. So you see I've highlighted the description field. So this set of hearts, the bridesmaids, groomsmen, that says description 17. That means this will go 17 meters before it drops them off by the altar, okay, by the podium at the staircase. If you move this up to, say, here, oh, we don't want to do that. We didn't mean to move up. If you want to move it this way so that they start farther up on the rug, then you're going to have to know you got to change this description field, because if you don't, they're still going to walk 17 meters into the stairs and they're going to go well into the stage. Okay? This is going to travel really far that way. So if you decide that you're going to move them up further on here, then you're going to want to change that description to maybe 13 meters. Okay? That will probably be about okay from there to there. And then test it. You'll need 2 people on this one in order for it to start walking to test it. Now, if you do that with all of these and you move them up one by one and then change it to, say, 13 meters, and then maybe this one you move up and put to 13 meters, and then this one you move up and you change to 14 meters because you're gaining meters as you're going further back. And by the time you get to the bride and the escort at the very end of the rug, that's going to be about 15, 16 meters, okay? Now, here's the thing, though. If you do that, and then you choose remove on the altar, so now you're over at your altar and you're like, okay, well, we're done with the entrances. Or even the practice. So let's say you did the rehearsal, you got it all set up, you changed your description field. Here's the problem. Once you put it in the altar here, it's going to remember where you move the hearts to, and it will render them in the exact same location that you moved them to. But what it will not do is it will not remember the number in the description field, how far to travel. So while it will put the hearts where you last put them, it cannot remember to change the numbers in the description field. So when you go to render it out again and it renders the hearts in the new spot, it's still going to render with the description at 17. So even though it'll render it right back here, it's going to render it out with a description at 17. And if you don't manually come and make those distances shorter, when it walks, you're going to end up here somewhere in the staircase. Okay? So it's very important that you remember that. I would recommend not messing with the distance of the hearts at all. I would recommend just keeping them where they are. But I'm giving you this information so that if you do decide you want to alter it, that you do have that understanding of how that works, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and move them back here, and because I don't want it to have the render it out with the wrong distance on there, okay? So, and then I know that that's at 17, okay? So what I mean by that, how far it travels, is how far the walker carries you. So if I get on this solo one, that heart's gonna keep moving until it drops me off 17 meters later. So that's why that description field tells it how far to take me. Now it's going to drop me off. And then when it does, it's going to go back here to its original position. Okay? So it's not going to know if I move that heart way up there. So I'll show you, for example, if you don't change the description field and you move the heart way up here like this, and then you hop on it, you'll see I'm going to end up in the staircase because I moved the heart up onto the rug, but I never changed the distance in the description field. So now I'm going into the staircase. Okay, so this is why it's very, very, very important to understand how those hearts function. All right. It's kind of funny that it does push me back up onto the stage though. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back where it belongs. Right? So I'm going to right click and edit, and I'm going to drag it back to its original position right there. Now as far as the flower girl goes, what she's gonna do is you have given her the non-transferable flower girl basket. She's gonna go ahead and right click on that and choose add. Don't do where, do add. Okay? It's important to just do add. Then once she's wearing that, she can go ahead and hop on. And then she's going to throw the flowers. And again, they are temp res, and so they will not count as prims on the land. Then she can go ahead and detach her flowers and go ahead and take a seat. So detach. There we go. And then the same for the ring bearer. He just wears the pillow and he hops on the ring bearer pillow heart and comes on up to the stage. Then if you want, just go ahead and remove them, you know, and click that and choose remove. And before the ceremony gets started, it's up to you, or while it's going on, when it's time to leave this ceremony, you can just click the proper exit. So the bridegroom exit, and as you can see, that'll then go right here at our feet. And we have our groomsmen and our bridesmaid. They will follow the bride and groom out. Okay, so it says wed for the male is in purple and blues, and the females are in pinks and peaches. So you'll know which color to get on. And then the bride and groom can leave first, and then the groomsmen and bridesmaids can leave in an orderly fashion also. All right, and then and you have that for all of them. So we'll go ahead and remove that. Now, the wedding party right here, we'll go ahead and click that. And we're going to imagine that it's the night before and you're doing your rehearsal. So you click on your wedding party, and you want all of them there, and you want to get them in position and everything. And what's great about this, it will remember the position that you set it at. So if you get them all positioned the way you want them, and then you click the button and remove them, they will appear in that same position that you set it at. It takes me a minute for the wedding party to render in because I have a hard time. So I'm waiting for the hearts to render in. Okay, so I see the blue hearts and there's the pink hearts. Okay, so I have them up and down the stairs in, like that. And so before they get on the heart, right click and choose edit so that you're already in edit mode and then tell them, okay, please hop on this heart, and tell them which one. And then when they sit there, you're already in edit mode. And now you can control where you want them. Do you want them a little closer to this stage? Do you want them a little farther out? So wherever you want them, okay? And it will remember where you positioned them. And get your whole bridal party set exactly the way you want them on the stairs. And then that way they're all set. Make sure you render them out early so that they can see them, because sometimes it takes a while for stuff to render into people. So make sure you have the wedding party and the ceremony stand position ready. Okay, so click on, we've got the wedding party, and then click on your ceremony, whichever ceremony you're using, the wedding. Click on stand so that it gets those hearts into position. Okay, and make sure that all that is ready before all your guests and everybody start getting there. All right, that just will help you finding your hearts and all that other stuff. Again, like I said, we have all new animations in the, well, I don't want to say all new. There is a couple of the old ones left in there. The original kiss one with the dip kiss, that's still in there. The face altar, the hold hands. I did change the hold hands for the gays though. But the kiss 2's new, the kiss 3's new, the ring on her, the ring on him is new. So it's a mixture of old and new ones. I tried to keep the best looking other animations, and then I tried to improve on stuff that I thought was a little, needed a little tweaking. Okay, so the only way to make the animations look really nice for video and for pictures is to have comparable sized avatars, at least for the wedding day. So again, you want to make sure that you have on an average sized avatar, and then also make sure that your arm length is only at about 55 to 62, and your hand size is somewhere between 27 and 37, based on whether you're a male or a female. Now, if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to show you really quick. So you go up to me, and you go to your appearance, and then in appearance, you click the wrench, and then you go to your body parts, and you find your shape, which is going to be 2 people. It'll look like a little image of 2 people. Mine happens to be the Leluca, and I'm going to go ahead and click the wrench there. Now, it does have to be a modifiable shape. Most shapes are modifiable. You can make your own too if you need to, but so you see my height is average. It's about 58. And so we're going to go down to torso, and then we're going to go to our arm length. So you see the arm length, I have mine set to 55. I could probably go up to like 60 would probably be perfect. And then my hand size is in 20s. So I could probably move that to say a 27. And then I'll do my arm length at say a 60. So then once you have yourself at a reasonable height and arm length and hand size, then you just go ahead and click Save As. And so we'll just say, save this as wedding day shape. Okay? And then we'll go ahead and click OK. And we'll just go ahead and close out of it. And now we have our wedding shape to where our arms are going to be comparable with each other. Our body heights should be about comparable with each other, and our hand size. And then now when we get on the animations, we're going to line up pretty nicely. So that's just some tips and tricks on making things look a lot nicer and more beautiful for your wedding day and for your videos and for your filming. Of course, this is all unsolicited advice, so you can take it and leave it as you like, and use your wedding set however you want. But I like to make sure I try to give as much help as possible. For a lot of people have a lot of questions, and I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything or not. I don't know, I'm thinking about it and I'm not really thinking, I don't think I really missed anything. Well, I think that covers everything as far as the color options, your environmental settings, how to adjust the hearts, why it's wise not to adjust the hearts on the walkers, how to change the chalkboard, dealing with the chairs and the seating, how to control the panel, making sure you set everything to the group settings, making sure your avatars are in comparable sizes, taking care of the arm length to be about 55 to 60. I mean, you could pull off a maybe up to a 65, and a hand size, and anything to save you headaches. Pre-rendering out the wedding party and the stand ceremony part, and all of your hearts, getting everything pre-rendered out. But I think that's it. Oh, and the officiant is right in the altar also. Again, it's got all brand new animations and 43 color choices. I hope you have a fabulous wedding day, and thank you for your interest or your purchase of the Wedding Classic from TNC Designs. You have a great day. Bye. Okay, so I'm up on my build platform, and it's pretty plain up here for me. This is where I do my demonstrations anyways. So go ahead and go into your inventory. You've already unpacked your wedding set. You received the package, you rendered it out, and it unpacked it and sent you the folder. So now in your inventory will be Wedding Classic Full, and in there I want you to grab, now you'll notice that inside there we have textures, which is Wedding, Welcome to Our Wedding, that's for the chalkboard. Here is a blank texture for your chalkboard so that you can go ahead and save it out of world and type on there whatever you want it to say and then re-import it into world. So maybe you want it to say your names or, you know, welcome to our day or something. Just edit it in your favorite paint program and then just re-upload it and drop it on the chalkboard. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go in our folder and we're going to left click and drag while holding it and drag it onto the ground. And remember, you can only do this where you have permissions to build. So then once it's on the ground, go ahead and touch it and choose Res, our love thing, and go ahead and uncloak and then cloak it so all that tracking particles that are tracking the items disappear for you so they're not filling up your screen. Okay, so now if you want to move it, just go ahead and right click on the word love here, your package, and hit edit. And then wherever you move this will move the set. So if you move it this way, it'll move it that way. If you move it this way, it'll move it that way. If you want to rotate it, okay, so that we rotated it that way. We could go this way. And as you can see, it's rotated it for me. But we rotated it out of our scene. So let's put it back. I would recommend keeping your rotations at a 0, 90, 180, or 270 on the Z-axis, the blue axis. If you do it at an angle, then you got to plan everything at an angle, and it makes it a lot harder to do things. So it's always better to have everything on a straight rotation. Okay, now that I have it right where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and click on the word love, and I'm going to go ahead and click finish. And that'll get rid of all those scripts out of there that I don't need as far as the tracking script. So now that cloaking is no longer an issue. So all of those are done. And I can now go ahead and move this word love wherever I want now that I clicked finish. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to put it and make it actually part of the wedding scene because it is pretty. So we're going to go ahead and make the box as part of it. And don't worry, you have the backup in your inventory. So if anything goes wrong, just manually delete all your stuff and render out again and start again. Alright, so we have here our chalkboard. So in your folder, you have a texture that says, welcome to our wedding, and that's this one on there. Then you have a blank one, and you can go ahead and click Save As, and it'll send it to your desktop. Go ahead and save it to your desktop, and then when you do, you can edit it in your favorite paint program and put whatever you want on there, and then just bring it back in World, and then just go ahead and drop it on the chalkboard. Okay? And like I made this one that said welcome to our day, or but I'm going to put it back to this one. So anyways, that's the chalkboard. And now let's have fun with our colors. So as you can see, we have glow on the bows, so we can change all of this. So let's go to our bow, And let's take the glow down, and we'll bring it down to, say, 5. Okay, just now we can actually see the bow. Then we're going to go back and we're going to choose, I'm going to leave the bows white because I like the bows white. So I'm going to choose the drape mane, and we can go to color. And now this Tailor Blue is really handsome. It's a nice color. But you'll also see that we have stripes. So we can do the center stripe or the edges in another color. But I'm going to go ahead and, well, let me just show you really quick. So on the chairs, if we go to the chair and we go to the bow and we do the color Tailor Blue, I just want you to see how nice this looks in here. We'll go over to this chair and we'll do the bow color Tailor Blue, and then we're going to add a Tailor Blue stripe in the center. So let's go color Tailor Blue, and then go back to the edges, to the main menu, and go rug edges, and then color, and then Tailor Blue. And now we have this really handsome blue, and we can change everything else. The runner rug itself can be different colors. The chairs can be different colors because the legs change colors, the chair, the bows, the stripes, the tent, and even the glowing lights and the flowers. Not the flowers on the ground or the urn ones, but these little light ones right here. Okay? Also, you can do it on the altar. So if we go to the altar and we choose the trim, we can make that color Tailor Blue to match this setup. Okay? And you can also manually fine-tune by just simply editing, choosing select face, then clicking on the exact face you want to change it, go to the color, and maybe you want that just a little bit darker, and you say hit OK, and there you go. And now you can just do that like that and manually make little fine-tune adjustments. Now it's gonna look different in all different light settings. So here's the really cool thing. Now that we have the EEP, you can change how your sky looks, and it'll change all the different colors within the range of, how do I want to phrase this? Through your world options now, and in your environment, you have your shared environment or my environments or personal lighting. And based on where you put that, it's going to make everything have all different colors and looks to it and glows to it. And you can have so much fun experimenting with that. Just have a field day with that. I'm only on medium settings right now for filming, but I will show you how cool it looks when you do go to the higher graphics, when you have the shadows on. We'll do it temporarily here. So we'll go to Ultra. And now you can see, now that we have all the shadows and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and turn up my render volume, because whenever you change your graphics, your render volume, of course, goes down. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back to a really pretty cream with coral mix, okay? So I'm going to go to the drape mane, and I'm going to go to color, and I'm going to go to cream, and I'm gonna, I think that glow is fine. That's a nice glow. But you can go to the drape mane, and you can go to glow, and you can set that glow to whatever you want. So see how much different it looked just by going to 10%. 20% is a bit high, but we can go down to say a 10 or a 5. Or maybe you don't want any glow. Maybe you want it to be more dark. I like the 10. I think it looks really whimsical. So I'm going to go to 10. And then I'm going to... So again on the rug, I'm going to go rug center. And how about we put that to a coral? And we're going to do the edges. Main menu, rug edges. And we're going to do color coral. We could even do a cream and a coral. So how about we go back and we'll do main menu, rug center, and we'll do color cream. There we go. And then we can mix and match. Now on the drape, or on the chairs, I'm going to do the bow, color, coral. And you can also set a glow on your bows if you want. You can go back and hit glow. And maybe we want, how about just a 3? That's pretty. And we'll do the same thing over here. Bow, color, coral, back, glow, 3. Okay. And then we'll do the same on the altar. Trim, color, coral. All right, excellent. So now we've picked color, but you can do reds and blacks and charcoals and browns and greens and whatever, you know, whatever. You can manually just change it. It is modifiable. So if you want to sit there and manually change it, you can simply edit it and choose select face and then just select the faces of the main parts here that you want to change, and you can go ahead and change the color that way too and adjust it however you want, because it is modifiable for your convenience. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. Otherwise this video is going to go on just in color changing. I hope you have a fabulous wedding day, and thank you for your interest or your purchase of the Wedding Classic from TNC Designs. You have a great day. Bye.